Welcome to the January 3rd, 2017 Board of Parks meeting. Valerie, please call the roll.
Mr. Cappers, Mr. Fox,
Here.
Mrs. Pierce.
Here.
Do we need to ask for him to be not absent?
Excused?
Excuse.
No, you don't have to excuse.
Okay.
He's unexcused.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, the first item on the agenda is to approve the minutes from last month's meeting. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes?
Nope.
Okay. Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
So move.
Second.
You get to do that.
Okay. Minutes are approved. Next on the agenda are the individual reports. Mr. Drake, any additions to your report?
I don't have any.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Drake?
No.
Mr. Seiler, is there a report in here?
There's not a report in there.
Okay.
Just a couple quick things. We started our park shelter reservations today, as we typically do on the first business day of the new calendar year for the calendar year of 2017. And as we've done for the last 5 or 6 years, the majority of those are done online. We do have a few random walk-ins, but for the most part, probably 98% of those are now done online. And we are preparing for our events to start back in the middle of February. At this point in time, the contractors are indicating that they're targeting to be done around the end of January with the renovation project. I anticipate that we'll have, items that we'll be working on and following up with them for several months. But at least the significant completion of the project should be done around the end of January. So that's what they're targeting at this point.
Any other questions for Mr. Seiler? Mr. Green, any additions to your report?
No additions.
Any questions for Mr. Green?
No.
It doesn't look like there's a planning commission report. So at this time, I'd entertain a motion to accept the reports.
I so move.
Second, and they're approved. I don't see any old business on the schedule. So the new business, we have a item from Mr. Green about reappointment to Miami Shores Golf Advisory Board. Would you like to speak on that?
Yes, I've talked to each one of them, Doug Page, Kathy Zink, and Lance England. Their terms ended December 31st of 2016. And they both, all three indicated that they would like to continue if that would be okay with the board. So that's why we went and submitted their names for reappointment, because all three were willing to do their term.
I don't have any questions. Any other questions for Mr. Green about this? So at this point, look for a motion to approve his request to reappoint them.
I move we reappoint Doug Page, Kathy Zink, and Lance England to the Miami Shores Golf Advisory Board for 3 more years.
And I second that, and it's approved. Please let them know and thank them for their service.
We sure will. Thank you.
Okay, I think Mr. Kegley has something he'd like to present.
Well, thank you. I'm actually an alternate. Mr. Doug Christian was going to present some information today about Lock 12. He had something requiring his immediate attention, so I'm kind of filling in with really short notice. And Mr. Trembley's here as our emergency alternate historian, also on the same project. What we want to talk to you about briefly, as you may be aware, the city of Troy owns a piece of real estate. I've got some of these from Mr. Christian. And it is on Elm Street, right beside the entryway to Treasure Island. It basically is a piece of real estate that sits along Elm Street between more or less the Eagles parking lot and entrance to Treasure Island along Elm Street. What we're looking at doing is, you may be aware from the, sorry about that, when the Hobart Brothers factory was removed, Lot 12 sat below the factory. The Hobart Brothers Company did a wonderful job taking a lot of the canal stones out and saving them. You may have seen them throughout Treasure Island Park, trimming it, we make special benches and so forth out of them. What we would like to do is take some of the remaining blocks, and basically in that same area, you'll see right here in this little perspective, we could make one row of blocks in this grass area, the same length and rough size of the original canal lock that actually sat under the factory. This is an area of the old Miami Erie Canal. So what he'd like to do on behalf of the community is put this here. We currently have 2 donors, possible donors for this project. So this will be privately funded. And what we'd like to do is not only do that, but place a state historical marker at this site. We've contacted the state of Ohio. It looks like a very favorable possibility we get the state historical marker to be there. It would be there till roughly the spring of 18, however, due to the cycle in which they make these markers. But we could also place some interpretive markers at this site as well. One interpretive marker would be telling you about Block 12 and its history and the Miami Canal. A part of this project would most likely be funded among the private donors, which could become Hobart Brothers. They will be celebrating their 100th anniversary in 2017. So as a part of giving something back to the community, and we all know Hobart Brothers has been giving to the community basically since their inception, and they would be very supportive of this project as well. So what we're asking today is, will the park board be approving the concept of this? Technically, the real estate's owned by the city of Troy, but Jeremy, on your behalf, maintains the grounds for this area. We tried to design this site to actually make him have less to mow and make it maintenance friendly also. So that's what we want to share with you. If you have any questions about the lock, its location, or its wonderful history, please fire away.
Jeremy, do you have anything to add to that, or?
No, I actually had a chance to kind of review the plan and talk with Mr. Kegler prior, and I don't see any, major concerns from a maintenance standpoint as to why we would want to go ahead and move forward with it.
Yeah, I think it looks like a neat thing to do, and
It should be a
keep
wonderful project. We have probably 2 interpretive markers and 1 state historical marker ultimately. So it seems like a great project. The Historical Society has been very supportive of the project. We've had several canal lock enthusiasts come down to share time with Mr. Christian to develop it. So we just wanted to present it to the park board and see if you'd be okay with the concept of exploring this site.
Would it be one of the, would it be people-friendly? Like, could people walk on them and sit on them, or will it be
No,
display on
It'll
them?
be 1 block high.
Okay.
Because the only amount of stones that we have to make it appropriate as possible. What Mr. Christian and some of the canal block, I'll call them experts, came in to look at them, and they picked out the blocks that were most likely in the canal system itself. Some of the blocks we have were roll blocks, so they tried to lay it out, and you may see it now along Elm Street inside the Hobart Brothers parking lot. You might have noticed there's 2 rows of canal blocks that are nice and neat, and there's some caution tape blocking that area off. Those 2 rows of canal blocks would be the ones we'd actually literally pick up and relocate at this site.
And at this point, then would all the canal blocks be used in terms of either with recreating this or with benches, or?
Most of them. There'll still be a few left, but this will take out the lion's share of the blocks.
So at this point, you're asking the park board if we would be open to the concept of?
Yes, because Jeremy and his park team maintain the site, and we thought it'd be best if we actually if the park board says, yeah, we like this concept, we endorse this project.
Do you need just a yes, we endorse it, or do you need a motion?
I'm going to reflect with Mrs. Knight on that.
The motion of endorsement would be appropriate.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, I will move that we endorse this project.
And I'd second that. So,
Thank you very much.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The motion is approved. So at this time, is there any other business, Mrs. Knight?
No, sir.
Any other citizens? No? All right. Well, hearing no other comments, and no other new business, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second that.